Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
It's got everybody.
We are back, the Golden Bachelorette. This is season 1, episode 6. This are the hometowns. Make sure you're like and subscribed here, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all for your Bachelor Nation coverage and all your reality TV coverage. Brian, these were pretty straightforward hometowns if I ever saw one. I mean, the Golden franchise, you're going to have a little bit less heat, I believe, than we have seen sometimes on the main franchise. We were down to the final four men, that being Pascal, Jordan, Guy, and Chalk. Uh, very straightforward dates. All the families were great as well. Unfortunately, we do have to get to a final three at the end of this episode. So, full spoilers here, everyone. We're going to discuss the ending. Jordan being the final man eliminated before fantasy suites. I don't think this would be a big surprise if you watch the season, but especially if you watch this episode, I think there was a discernible difference between his level of hype, Joan's level of comfortability, and even just the conversations about having to move on to the next step and the next step, and what Joan referred to as a 10-year wall that he's had up post his last relationship. Brian, your reaction? Are you surprised? What did you think?
Not surprised. When Chalk came back, I mean, I feel like that's just been like I'm kind of locked in on that. It's literally chalk or bust. So I would be surprised if I would be generally shocked if he doesn't make it to final two next week. Like I think that might be one of the most shocking things of a show we've watched in a while.
The chalk train is coming in heavy, like
Yeah.
Brian said, and I agree. The edit they're giving, the loss of his mother, the family, including his father, being willing to film so quickly following that incident, I
Mhm.
think really does show the fact that he is highly dedicated to Joan. They have an idea of how much this means to him, and really, again, if they are not setting us up for that to be the final, frankly, the winner, I would be
Yeah.
shocked. I would be shocked. We've learned way too much about this guy. And look, we've learned a lot about Guy and a lot about Pascal as well. But I just feel like the level of connection they're giving us with Chalk and the investment they're giving us in Chalk would lead me to believe this is the happily ever after they're aiming for.
Dude, they also just look good together.
They
Like,
look good.
I don't say that often. Like they like when they're like have their scenes, I was like they look like they're married. Like they just look like a couple in a picture, an old couple in a movie.
And not to be even like graphic or anything like that, but when you see them kissing or embracing, that's the most passionate one that you see.
Yeah.
And I'm not there
Yeah.
really great at that, you know that, but I saw them making out tonight and I was like,
Oh
damn,
yeah, that's
they're kind
it.
of going at it a little bit. Also, I love Twitter. Twitter's classic. Twitter was claiming that Jordan had a boner during the episode.
I was not
So
on
I don't know if
Twitter.
people want to go back and look that. I'm sure if
I
we
don't know.
check out Twitter throughout tomorrow morning and stuff. But commenters, let us know if you noticed that. But I was dying. I saw it. I was looking for a couple images just to see for
What
like
what
the
point
edit before
what
all the.
point were they talking about?
I don't know. I
Oh.
don't know. I'll go, but it's something that I saw, and I kind of want people to be like, did anyone else notice that? Um,
That's funny.
it was funny. Um, what else do I really have here? I mean, we kind of have put our cards out there. We think Chalk's gonna win.
Yeah.
I
It's
am looking forward to. I didn't see the trailer, Brian. Is it Men Tell All next week?
no, it looks like it's the fantasy suites
Okay,
because
so we're
they
gonna
had
get
like
Fantasy Suite.
guy on a boat with her. Like, looks like there's some Pascal like shooing the camera away with Jones. So
We saw that in the trailer. We saw that in the
yeah,
trailer. That was they in the beginning of the season trailer. Hey, get away! So it is interesting to know that that is during Fantasy Suites.
Mm.
Uh, look, I think Pascal's a great guy too. Awesome life seeing the salon, but I just as far as fitting your life into that life, the guy's not giving that business up, right? I really doubt that, and
No,
I'm assuming he works a good amount. So not that it's a bad thing, but for someone, she's retired, I believe, and to kind of just easier to fit into a lifestyle with someone else who's retired versus someone who's still running a
yeah,
pretty intense business.
yeah. So you're saying that you think that's between Chalk and Guy. That's your final two.
I do. I do. I think Guy is pretty safe. He's stable. He had a good career. His kids are great. They really support him. We haven't learned, I still feel like I learned a ton about him during this season other than the
Yeah.
career and the fact that they all are said that he's a great dad. Like they're all great dads, right?
Mhm.
We haven't heard we haven't heard any deadbeat dad situation this season, but I also wouldn't be shocked if she ended up with him. Like I said, he's a pretty safe. I don't think anything bad will happen to you if you end up with him.
Where's Joan from again? I don't remember. That's the.
Texas.
Mm. All right, just for the
Let
sake
me look
of
real
sake
quick.
of differences, I'll go Chalk and Pascal as my final two.
I
Let's
think
see.
that would be the more dynamic, interesting one. But I'm just not really sure.
Mhm.
It's she lives around the Chicago area, I believe.
She lives in the Chicago area.
I'm trying to read on an article here, just trying to see anybody can
Oh,
give me.
I mean, Jordan. I mean, she really must not like
Oh no,
Jordan because isn't
Joan
that where
went
he
to
was from?
Chicago for one of them. That's it. Why won't it
Yeah, I
give
thought
me?
Jordan was Chicago.
I can edit this. I'm just seeing if it gives me anything. Joan Vassos on her Instagram. Click on a picture here with like grandmom. Her as a grandma. Does it have a location tagged? Does not. Whatever. Um, yeah, Brian, like I said, I think this was as straightforward of a hometown episode as you can get. I do believe she made the right decision. And I am
Mhm.
looking forward to seeing what happens with the drama next week with Pascal. And as I mentioned before, more excited to watch a men tell all than I probably ever had because I just genuinely like the guys.
Yeah, that's the fun part about these is like I guess you get a little more insight on who these people are and I guess some of the brotherhoods. So,
I want
we'll
to
see.
hear more even like what's happened to them post being
Yeah, no, that's good.
like
That's
have they
also good.
gotten
You
a
want to make
glow
sure they're
up?
okay.
Are they dating?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't even. I didn't even thought like. Hopefully they're all good. Like,
Well,
but
do
like
you
I just
remember
want.
there was like a couple weeks ago, it was like the fake somebody passed away, like that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
Doctor Bob.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
like rescind it. I was making a TikTok. I had like made a TikTok that Doctor Bob is alive. Everyone, please stop
Yeah.
spreading misinformation. Um,
Yeah, you just need people checking in. You just need people there. You need to see their like your eyes on them at the thing to make sure all right, they're here and they're good.
Not Golden Bachelorette, but as we close out, we talk about people being not around. Shout out, rest in peace, Michael from Southern
Sure.
Charm, best one of the best characters on the show. The butler, unfortunately, did pass away. He's had a few strokes over the last few years, so we did know he wasn't doing well. They featured him last season. The
Yeah.
new season drops in December. Don't know if we'll see him, but I do know. Yeah, Madison let that
They'll do a memorial. They
Madison
will.
let that loose in an interview on a red carpet this week. No date yet, but she said December. So I'm sure, yeah, we'll get some kind of memorial, probably episode one. So just a little quick
Hopefully they
aside
better.
because we're
The
not
whole
going to have any
season better
Southern
be.
Charm coverage on anything for a little bit.
Yeah.
So uh, we'll be back next week. We'll be here for Fantasy Suites. We will be back, like I said, for the Men Tell All, and then obviously the 9 hour finale. So if you're into other reality TV, we're covering a ton of stuff, whether it be Love is Blind. We Ryan and Kyle just finished season one of The Anonymous, kind of a clunker finale. Uh,
Yep.
Love and Hip Hop, uh, the House of
Survivor.
Villains, Survivor, you name it, we are covering it. Check out our playlists and our socials so you don't miss anything. Also, interviews. Just did a interview with Peter Madrigal, Vanderpump Rules. If you're a fan, he actually spilled some tea of things he had never mentioned before or speculated about. So if you want to learn about his current reality TV empire he's building, and also, like I said, some of his Vanderpump Rules inside stories, check out that interview. He was really cool. But until next week, for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching our Bachelor coverage. See ya.